Hello, I'm Daryl Adia. I'm a visual arts teacher at Greensburg-Salem High School. I've been in the district since 2004 and taught at both middle school and the high schools. Your child is in painting with me this semester and just wanted to go over some basics about the course itself, some of the projects we've already started, some of the expectations, just so that you can feel comfortable with our program and what we're doing here. So before we get into the whole overview, let's dig into some of the specific stuff with teams. So I'm going to take over your screen here so that you can kind of see my screen. And hopefully this works. So I'm going to hop on over to our painting team. Now, if you haven't already, please ask your son or daughter to check out their team for this course. And they'll be able to show you the daily posts with like the objectives and the activities that we're doing. They'll also be able to show you where they can find their assignments and their grades and any other announcements and chats that we have. So if you kind of scroll back the whole way back to like the beginning of the school year, you can kind of see that this general feed is where assignments are posted, also objectives and activities for the day. So if your child ever misses school, they can kind of see what we've been doing and not be completely behind. Some things are obviously easier to do in the classroom, but at least they'll know what was done while they were gone. They won't have to come in and say, hey, what do we do? They'll already know because they're on that feed. We also have in this Teams a couple channels that are for critiques. We tend to have critiques on Wednesdays or Thursdays. So here's our last couple here. And the students click on those. They see artwork by their peers and they respond to that artwork. Okay, really amazing artworks here and also fantastic responses. So if you get a chance to check that out, I think you would enjoy it. The assignment section is where you can see kind of what's assigned, when it's due, how many points it's worth, and the directions for each assignment. So, this is our painting that we're working on right now. If we're going to click on this, the student view would look something like this. So at first glance, there are a lot of directions, but if you're in class during the time that the project is presented, we go over everything together. I also have video tutorials most of the time, so you can click like start to finish how to do this project by clicking on that, and then also checking out student samples and examples below as well. Now every project tends to have a rubric. The rubrics can change depending on how many points it is, but usually they're a lot of the same categories that I'm assessing. But if for a particular assignment, this one is, assessing craft, observation, creativity, and studio habits. And if you have questions about that, you can reach out to me and we can go over more specifics about that. But each student is aware of what those categories mean, and they can kind of see, okay, for this project, this is what I need to do and make sure that I accomplished in order to do the best that I can on this. Okay, so let's go to something a little different here. Just painting in general, our overview of kind of the whole course. Painting can be lots of things. Obviously sometimes we're going for realism, sometimes we're going for abstraction, sometimes we're trying to symbolize something or try to capture a mood or emotion. Our first project was very open-ended. They got a box that was meant to be their portfolio for the course, and we learned about color schemes. We created a color wheel first and then used that color wheel to determine what colors we were going to use on the actual project itself and create a relationship between them. So either they had to choose like a triad or a complementary set or a tetrad. There are different ways to read this color wheel, and your son or daughter has learned a lot about how to use this tool. So now they had developed a concept of their own and used that color scheme on the box. And those we finished up about a week ago. We are now on to this project mainly on the left. There's a couple exceptions that are doing this advanced version on the right. But this one's a little more fine-tuned. This is meant to really focus on craftsmanship and care and learning how to make gradient shifts between light and dark and mixing colors and to be as accurate as possible. So they got to choose a color for this that they're then doing light and darker versions of that color to create this three-dimensional optical illusion. And some advanced students that are seniors had the option to try something a little more challenging, and that's what's on the right there. What we're going to be coming up is we're going to be doing some row house paintings and looking at painting architecture. We're also going to do some units on other kinds of paint other than just acrylic. So we're going to investigate some watercolor after that. And we may even get to do some oil painting before the end as well. There is a final for this course, and here's a couple examples of finals from past students. You can see they're very different in style. The final is meant to be an independent artwork that they have to make a proposal for, and they can use different materials to use it, not just paper or canvas, but they can kind of think outside the box. You can see how some of them, you know, made theirs three-dimensional or painted on mirrors. There's a lot that's going on there. But I'm looking forward to seeing this group is fantastic, what they're able to get accomplished this semester. So I just wanted to give you a quick overview and just know if you need to reach out to me at all, I would love for you to do that. You can reach out to me on through email, daryl.audia@gslions.net, or you can call the school. Put my screen back here, okay? Or you can call the school and get in touch with me that way, and I'd love to talk with you about what your child is doing, or assessment, or any other questions you have about the art program. Maybe they're really into art and you want to know what's a good class for them to take next year. Please reach out. I'd love to have the conversation with you. Have a wonderful day. Take care.